That's a fact. That's a fact. And I was saying this when Academics had the boy Epic on his show, and the boy was saying he contacted Drake team to see if he can get his money back. And I was like, I'm not rolling with that. That's cap. Why would you contact Drake team about a promotion that you did for Kendrick? That just doesn't make sense. Man, Torture Talk After Hours, you know what it is. So I covered this on the other channel, but this is gonna be a whole in-depth detail reading of the whole lawsuit dismissal. So if you're interested in that, stick around. You can see the whole thing and everything, and make sure you like, share, subscribe, man. All right, man. It's gonna be a pretty long one, but stick with me. Yeah. So I like doing long episodes, and I see people like long episodes as well, because a lot of people watch the whole thing. So, all right, so let's get it. Shout out to the bill.
I'm not gonna lie, UMG cooked Drake. UMG decided to ether Drake in this argument that they had made in a motion to dismiss this case. Drake had made a case against UMG for defamation for the song Not Like Us, and UMG took the gloves off and decided to let him have it, bro. Now, to say it easy, UMG did cook Drake in this lawsuit for this argument that they had made, but I want to get down to the science of what everything that has been said in this lawsuit and the response that they made in their argument to dismiss this case. Now, the motion to dismiss was very interesting considering all the things that UMG had said. And we're going to break it down and see exactly how they cooked Drake in this lawsuit. They started the barbecue by quoting Drake. They said, "Yeah, I want it all. That's why I strive for it. Diss me, you'll never hear a reply for it." This is...
Yeah. If you starting your lawsuit like that, bro. If you starting a dismissal like that, oh, man, bro. It's bad. It's going to get bad. Let's keep it going.
Drake on the song Successful. The fact that they started with this response by quoting Drake in lyrics that he said that he'll never respond to a diss is diabolical, considering that Drake is the one that started this in the first place. Plaintiff, which is Drake, one of the most successful recording artists of all time, lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated. Instead of accepting the loss like an unbothered rap artist he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label and misguided attempt to salve his wounds. Plaintiff's complaint is utterly without merit and should be dismissed with prejudice. They're going in instantly. First paragraph, letting them know, I thought you were unbothered. I thought you were unbothered. I guess not, because...
And that's what I've been saying. We all know Drake was bothered. You could see it on his face. You could see the stress on his face, but he tries to pretend. Like a lot of these new age dudes, man, they just all try to pretend, man. It's crazy.
Look at where we're at now. Coming at UMG, and they're putting you on blast. They're going crazy. Off rip. In spring of 2024, two of the most popular recording artists in the world, Kendrick Lamar and Aubrey Drake Graham, engaged in a high-profile rap battle. Over the course of approximately 2 months, they exchanged increasingly vitriolic and incendiary diss tracks, sometimes responding within hours of each other. Drake encouraged the feud. For example, when he felt that Lamar was taking too long to respond, Drake released a second recording in which he goaded Lamar to continue the public rap battle. Lamar did just that, and collectively, Drake and Lamar released a total of 9 tracks, taking aim at each other.
Now, you remember on Taylor Made, at the end of Taylor Made, what did Drake say? He said, "We're waiting on you." He literally said that. He literally said that at the end of Taylor Made. I can't play it because they'll block it. They'll block the whole video because of Taylor Made. It's crazy. I had to take the whole song out of one of my videos because they blocked the whole video because I had like a teeny weeny piece of a snippet and they blocked the whole video. So I can't even play it, but he definitely did say that at the end. Y'all could go listen to it yourself and you can hear him say, waiting on you. He literally said that. He said, what's taking so long? He's over and over again.
Commentators declared Lamar to be the winner of the battle. Now, Lamar is declared the winner of the battle. And yes, Drake did antagonize, and Drake was the one that tried to start this beef. Drake was the one that started it. And UMG is doing this introduction to let you know that firsthand, that he was the one that brought this up upon himself. He's the one that started this beef. Not Like Us is a penultimate track in the feud, is the subject of the complaint. The recording and music video were released by Lamar through defendant UMG on May 4th, 2024. Not Like Us was a massive commercial and artistic success. The record was best-selling rap record of 24, won a Grammy for Record of the Year, won a Grammy for Best Music Video of the Year, won the Grammy Awards for Song of the Year, and won a Grammy, and was performed at the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show to a record audience, and was parodied on Saturday Night Live for their 50th anniversary special. Not Like Us, like all of the recordings in the feud, Drake and Lamar, like the many notorious diss tracks throughout rap history, consist of series of hyperbolic insults. Drake has been pleased to use UMG's platform to promote tracks leveling similar incendiaries attack at Lamar, including most significantly the Lamar engaged in domestic abuse, and that one of Lamar's business partners and managers is the true father of Lamar's son. But now, after losing the rap battle, Drake claims that Not Like Us is defamatory. It is not. While the complaint focuses almost entirely on Not Like Us, it disregards the other Drake and Lamar diss tracks that surrounded Not Like Us, as well as the conventions of the diss track genre, and thus critically ignores the context of the dispute assessed in the context as it must be. Not Like Us clearly conveys non-actionable opinion and rhetorically hyperbole. Diss tracks are a popular and celebrated art form centered around outrageous insults, and they would be severely chilled if Drake's suit were permitted to proceed.
Dang, that's crazy. So we already discussed this, but basically, if this proceeds and he wins, hip hop is over, bro. And I know a lot of y'all like that's going a little bit too far. It's a little bit too much. Just think about it this way. Now all the record execs will have to micromanage everything hip hop artists say, because if you say something that people feel as though you're insulting them, they could be sued. And you think these record labels want to be tied up in litigation and in all of these different lawsuits every time they turn around? I don't think so.
Bringing all of this up to let you know this is how we got here. This is how we got Not Like Us. Drake getting at Kendrick Lamar. Drake is the one that started it. He was saying all these things about Kendrick and Whitney, and he was saying things about Dave Free being the real father of his children. But the minute that he loses, he wants to bring up Not Like Us for defamation. Drake also alleges that Not Like Us constitutes second-degree harassment, but sues under a criminal statute that does not proscribe speech and has no private right of action. Finally, Drake claims that UMG's promotion of Not Like Us violates New York general business law, but fails to allege any of the elements for that claim. Notably, less than 3 years ago, Drake himself signed a public petition criticizing the trend of prosecutors using artists' creative expression against them by treating rap lyrics as literal fact. An example, as Drake...
Yeah, he's done, bro. Bro, he's done. This is a cooking, bro. He's done. He is done. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. He's done, bro. He's done. He's done. He signed a petition against lawyers using lyrics against, and he's doing it. Yo, he's done, bro. This is dead in the water. This is a cooking, bro.
Recognize when it comes to rap, the final work is the product of an artist's vision and imagination. Drake was right then and is wrong now. The complaint's unjustified claims against UMG are no more than Drake's attempt to save face for his unsuccessful rap battle with Kendrick Lamar. The court should grant UMG's motion to dismiss the complaint with prejudice. This is what they're talking about, and saying that you can't use lyrics in a literal sense or take them as fact because it's an artistry and it's just the artist using imagination. Drake signing a petition, and they're bringing up this petition that Drake had signed, saying that you can't use lyrics like that in the court of law. And now Drake is wrong because now he's wanting to use lyrics in the court of law for Not Like Us. early 24, when Drake and Lamar began trading diss tracks sometimes within the same hour. Drake and Lamar's feud was not unique in the world of rap. Rap feuds where artists trade diss tracks insulting each other have existed pretty much since the beginning of rap in the 1970s. A number of storied feuds have occurred throughout rap history. When you talk about the Roxanne Wars involving Roxanne Shante, shout out to Roxanne, with the rap group UTFO, as well as feuds between Nas and Jay-Z, Little Kim and Foxy Brown, Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. Drake is, as described in the Pop Culture Happy Hour podcast transcript cited by Drake, rap feuding is the art of blood sporting music, a speculative exercise that highly sensationalizes long-standing rumors. And he's aware of what rap beef is. Drake is aware of how it.
Drake definitely is aware of what rap beef is. He literally said that he likes the rap battle. That's what he said. He said he loves it. He said he loves the battle. He knows everything about battle rap. That's what he said. And he's been taking shots at people for years. Oh, this is a cooking, man. Damn, let's go.
And this is them quoting it in a footnote, letting you know that he knows how it works. He's a rapper, of course, he better know. A prolific rap feud combatant, having traded diss tracks with a number of artists, including Pusha T and Meek Mill. Back-to-back lyrics where Drake disses Meek Mill, Duppy freestyle where Drake disses Pusha T. This is them bringing up the fact that Drake has been using UMG to get at other artists, such as Pusha T and Meek Mill. This is them coming with the receipts, bro. The public feud between Drake and Lamar traces back to October 2023, recording First Person Shooter by Drake and J. Cole, in which J. Cole rapped that he, Drake, and Lamar were the big three. In response, Lamar appeared in March 2024, track with Like That with artist Future and Metro Boomin, in which he rejected the notion that Drake and J. Cole were his equals, rapping mother, the big three. It's just big me. Drake responded in April 2024 with the track Push-Ups, distributed by UMG. In the lyrics of Push-Ups, the recording takes aim at Lamar, dissing him regarding his height. He also encouraged the feud, stating, "And that effing song you got did not start the beef with us. This ish been brewing in the pot. Now I'm heating up." And then this is where UMG is getting at Drake. Then seemingly...
Oh my God. Bro, he is done, bro. This is crazy. Damn. They used the lyrics from Push-Ups and used it against him, saying that he's saying, like, that song didn't start the beef with us. So basically he's saying, like, yeah, this is where it's at right here. This is where the beef starts right here. This shit been brewing, bro. That's crazy.
Patient with that time, it was taking Lamar to respond to Drake. He released Tailor-Made Freestyle on Instagram. The recording uses artificial intelligence to make it sound as if the voice is Tupac Shakur's voice and Snoop Dogg's voice as well. In the lyrics, Drake taunts Kendrick Lamar for his delay. More notably, for present purposes, Drake urges his Lamar in the Tupac voice to rap about how he likes him young. Right here, they're quoting the lyrics that were said verbatim. And this is UMG basically making the argument that people have been making online. Tailor-Made Freestyle was Drake telling Kendrick Lamar to rap about those things. He was telling him in Tupac's voice, talk about how he's liking them young. And that's what Kendrick did eventually. That's what he ended up doing.
Say, Drake, I hate you like I'm young. Because Tupac told me to tell you that. Tupac said it. Yo, Tupac. Oh, man. This is great.
And now it's backfired on Drake. And he's upset about it. And now he's suing UMG. UMG is arguing, but you told him to say it. You told him to do that. You ended up hitting yourself in the foot, bro. You ended up making a big mistake. You thought that you could get ahead of it. And UMG bringing this up is complete ether, bro. Barbecue chicken. They cooked Drake with this lawsuit. Bringing this up is crazy because this is something that everybody publicly has talked about. How is Drake suing after a rap battle when he's the one that started it? Not only that, you're the one that told him to talk about that. You told him talk about how he likes him young, and he did. Now, these are the lyrics that were recited in the song for Tailor-Made Freestyle. Lamar responded with 2 tracks after this. Euphoria released on April 30th, followed by 616 in LA, that Lamar released on Instagram on May 3rd. Lamar raps of Drake and Euphoria. The famous actor we once knew was looking paranoid and now spiraling. and pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. He criticizes Drake's music. I make music that electrify him. You make music that pacify him. Attacks his use of Tupac's voice in tailor-made freestyle. I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian make Pac turn in his grave. Attacking his parenting skills, Drake uses the brand name OVO for various commercial endeavors, including his record label OVO Sound and clothing brand OVO. OVO uses an owl as the brand's image. Lamar disses continue in 616 in LA, where he raps that members of Drake's OVO team are disloyal. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. UMG bringing up the mole is diabolical. UMG bringing up.
Yo, this is crazy. Oh my God. Yo, so UMG is out here bringing up everything, bro. This is why I said Drake's lawyer's response was trash. It was so trash. UMG doing all this, bro. They gonna probably dismiss this. This is crazy.
I did not see that coming, but here we are. UMG bringing it up. Somebody in an OVO camp. Are they really working for Kendrick Lamar? We'll keep it a legend, but UMG's bringing it up, bro. It's pretty exciting. Drake responded approximately 14 hours later on the evening of May 3rd with the track Family Matters, distributed by UMG. The track is a scathing attack on Lamar, laden to hyperbolic slurs. Drake attacks, among other things, Lamar authenticity. You're just acting like an activist. It's make-believe. Again, getting at his height when he says, I overlooked him. I was staring straight. These bars go over Kenny's head. States that Lamar cheats on his fiance. Why did you move to New York? Is it because you're living that bachelor life? I'm guessing this wedding ain't happening, right? Because we know the girls that you actually like. Your darkest secrets are coming to light. And asserts that one of Lamar's children was fathered by one of his business partners and managers, Dave Free. Drake also raps that Lamar physically abused his fiance. The recording also makes various other allusions to violence, including violence. Drake opens that he has emptied the clip over friendlier jabs. Which one of my so-called guys need a shove from the clip? And raps, come get your ass whooping, I'm handing them out. The Drake track closes with Drake stating, you're dead, you're dead. There's nowhere to hide, there's nowhere to hide. Multiple sounds in the various point in the recording. So this is UMG calling out Drake for not only making up lies about Kendrick Lamar, they're also pointing out that he was saying stuff like, I've emptied the clip over friendlier jabs. You're dead. Like, he's saying all these things, right? He's saying all these things, talking about an ass whipping and all that, bro, saying that he's handed them out. And UMG.
Yeah. If your record label, bro, they using everything you said against you, this is crazy work, bro. Everything you said they using against you, bro. There's really nothing you can do at this point, bro. This is crazy. This is great.
G brings all of this up because this is Drake dissing Kendrick Lamar. He's getting at UMG because of defamation, because of a lawsuit, because of Not Like Us, where he's getting dissed at. They're quoting all these lyrics from you because you were dissing Kendrick Lamar and saying outlandish shit as well. You were saying messed up things about him. So how are you any better in this argument? Lamar responded with two more back-to-back tracks, Meet the Grams followed by Not Like Us. In Meet the Grams, released approximately 30 minutes after Family Matters, Lamar directs his disses to various members of Drake's immediate family and Drake himself. Not Like Us was released by May 4th. Like the diss track before it, Not Like Us consists on hyperbolic insults. Lamar calls Drake, why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? And it was God's plan to show y'all the liar. Gets at Drake's OVO brand and image. What's OVO for? The other vaginal option? See? And what's the owl? Bird guys and bird bitches. Makes hyperbolic threats of violence. You think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac? I think that Oakland show gonna be your last stop. Attacks Drake's personal relationship, including alleging that Drake had a relationship with rapper Lil Wayne's girlfriend. You effed on Wayne girl while he was in jail. That's conniving. And calls him a effing colonizer, inferring Drake exploits other artists for fame and financial benefit. Taking up Drake's invitation and tailor-made freestyle. Talk about Drake liking him young. Lamar also makes various statements at issue and complaint, including, say Drake, I hear you like them young. You better not go to cell block 1. To any bitch talking to them like they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from them. And also saying, why you trolling like a, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor. He also raps, Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified PDF file. And states that your homeboy needs subpoena that predator to move in flocks. Then name got to be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. Drake responds by the following day with the Heart Part 6. So here Kendrick actually leaned into it. And this is what UMG is saying. Drake told him to say those things and Kendrick decided to do so. So how are you mad and suing us when you told him to do that? And not only that, you were dissing him and saying crazy shit also. So why are you getting at UMG? Why are you even suing in the first place? Drake doubles.
That's true. That's true. This was a back and forth between the two. This is like a boxing match when a boxer gets knocked out and then he sues the boxing commission because he didn't like the way that the dude was boxing. Even though he put his chin up and said, hit me. Then he hit him. He said, yo, he knocked me out. I wasn't ready. Sounding like he was crazy.
Down on his statement that one of Lamar's children was fathered by Free. And why isn't Whitney denying all the allegations? Why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale? And reiterates his claim of domestic abuse. This Epstein angle was the shit I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. To be honest with you, bro, he never said Epstein. He said Harvey Weinstein. He never said Epstein. So the fact that Drake brought up Epstein himself and denies them only effing with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's, I never looked twice at no teenager. The track also contains further reference to violence, including I'll slit your throat with the razor, and yeah, bullets that I'm stuffing in each chamber. You're at in extreme danger. So this is Drake not only dissing Kendrick and saying these lies, he's also threatening violence to Kendrick Lamar. So how are you going to sue when you're out here dissing him, saying all these lies, and also saying you're going to get at him like this? You know what I mean? Not like us as
Yo, this is crazy. Damn. And we all heard all this. We heard all this. But yeah, this is crazy.
a massive commercial and artistic success. Lamar is widely perceived to have won the rap feud. Ultimately, I do think that Kendrick did come out of the superior end of that quarrel. We can say that Kendrick has won. New Yorker article also stated that Drake had lost. Has there ever been as clear as a loser as Drake? Was quoted by the New Yorker. New York Times article noting Lamar's unofficially winning a high-profile diss war. Here on the footnote is interesting because they say here Baka refers to OVO member Baka, not Nice, who was arrested in 2014 on human and assault charges and convicted of assault in 2015. So technically, like, Kendrick wasn't lying. You know, you really do got people on your payroll on OVO that you have on a monthly allowance. Baka does have a weird case. Why is he still around? Kendrick didn't lie about that. But Drake definitely was throwing lies out there about Kendrick. But there were some things that Kendrick said, such as bringing up Baka. That was true, though. The argument is to survive a motion to dismiss Rule 12b6. A complaint must plead enough facts to state a claim to relief that is plausible on its face. So to break this down, basically, Rule 12b6 is a motion to dismiss. A defendant could file a motion to dismiss a complaint if they believe the complaint fails to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. In other words, the defendant argues that even if all the facts in the complaint are true, they don't provide a legal basis for a lawsuit. Drake's burden, which is the plaintiff's burden, to survive a motion to dismiss. The plaintiff, which is Drake, must provide enough factual allegations to make their case plausible. This is known as pleading a plausible claim. They reference a case back in 2007, which established that a complaint must allege enough facts for the court to infer that a legal violation occurred. When evaluating the motion to dismiss, the court will only consider well-pleaded facts, which are specific factual allegations and not general or vague statements. Legal conclusions, such as saying someone violated the law without facts to support it, are not enough to survive the motion. In short, to survive a motion to dismiss, the plaintiff, which is Drake, must present a plausible case with specific facts. The court may also consider documents referred to in the complaint or facts that are widely known. So they're saying that Drake could try to plead his case, but from what it looks like right now, UMG is saying that he hasn't really provided a legal basis for a lawsuit.
Yeah, I could understand that because if you listen to his, if you read his lawyer's statement, you can tell that they don't really know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what they're doing. I think that this was just a distraction to keep Drake's name circulating. They don't really know what they're doing. They really don't. You look, go read that lawyer's, their rebuttal to this argument here. It's stupid, bro. It's so stupid.
On page 10, they talk about Drake and how he fails to state a claim for defamation. Now, a defamation claim, Drake is claiming that the song Not Like Us is defamatory, meaning it damages his reputation. Defamation claims require proving that a statement made about someone is false and harms their reputation. However, the statements made by Kendrick Lamar and Not Like Us are protected through the First Amendment. The argument suggests that Drake's claim is meritless because the song's lyrics are a form of artistic expression, which is protected under the First Amendment. The other thing is rhetorical hyperbole and opinion. The argument further asserts that lyrics in Not Like Us are not meant to be taken as factual statements, but rather an exaggerated expression or opinion. An example, rhetorical hyperbole. These kinds of statements are generally not actionable as defamation because they are not meant to be understood as facts. As far as any type of actual malice, in defamation cases involving public figures, in this case Drake, the plaintiff must show the defendant acted with actual malice. This means the defendant must have known the statement was false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. The argument suggests that Drake has not sufficiently shown that UMG acted with actual malice. There's no actual proof that UMG was trying to get at Drake, was trying to slight Drake, or showed any malice to Drake. And I don't think Drake could even prove that.
Listen, I knew that was coming. I knew the fact that they was basically saying, like, you got no, because me and one of my boys discussed this before. Like, he has no proof that they were actually working with Kendrick to defame him when they promoted his song that was defaming Kendrick. They have no proof. He has no proof. And his proof, actually, his so-called proof was the botting thing, the botting, their botting. But turns out that he threw that out. So since he threw that out, now you out here trying to say something totally different.
That's what UMG is saying. He can't prove it. Now, this is the thing that Drake has a misunderstanding with. Drake's misunderstanding is there's also an assertion that Drake is misrepresenting the nature of his lawsuit. Even though he claims the lawsuit is not about Lamar, the text argues that it clearly is, as the alleged defamatory lyrics are attributed to Lamar's song. Drake's insistence otherwise is seen as an attempt to avoid addressing his true conflict, which is with Lamar himself, which is the reading right here. As discussed, though, this lawsuit is baseless against any target. It is plainly about Lamar's lyrics. Drake's repeated insistence to the contrary does not make it so. Instead, it betrays his recognition that his true battle is with Kendrick Lamar. Now we go to page 11, where it says the alleged defamatory material is not actionable opinion and rhetorical hyperbole. This page is explaining a key legal principle in defamation law, that only statements of fact, not opinions, or rhetorical hyperbole can be considered defamatory. The breakdown would be opinions are protected. Statements of opinion, no matter how offensive, cannot be the basis for a defamation lawsuit. Courts in New York consider expression of opinion as privilege, meaning they are legally protected. The court decides whether a statement is a fact, which can be defamatory, or an opinion, which is protected.
He's cooked, man. Oh my God. Because you got to think about it like this, right? In the state of New York State, if they're saying that your artistic expression is protected and you can say whatever you want, it's going to be very difficult for Drake to try to prove that Kendrick Lamar did this to basically destroy his reputation. Because calling somebody a woman beater is definitely trying to destroy somebody's reputation, especially knowing that Kendrick Lamar calls himself Mr. Morale. So you got to understand, like, this is where we headed, man. It's crazy.
Is a legal question that the court determines. 3-part test for distinguishing fact from opinion. There's 3 boxes to check when distinguishing fact from opinion. Whether the language has a clear, precise meaning, whether the statement can be proven true or false, rather the context of the statement signals to the audience that is an opinion rather than a factual assertion. So in this case, context matters. Courts focus on the broader context in which statement was made. If the surrounding circumstances suggest that a reasonable person would understand the statement as opinion rather than fact, it cannot be defamatory. The takeaway is that if a statement is an opinion or rhetorical exaggeration rather than a false factual assertion, it is not legally actionable as defamation. Basically, if everybody knows that Drake is getting dissed and everybody knows that this is part of a rap battle and is not to be taken serious, then there's no way that this is defamation. This is a rap battle where 2 people.
He is done, bro. Oh my God, bro. He's done, bro. This is over. Put a fork in this dude. He's done. Yo, this is crazy. So everybody knew that it was a rap battle. So it couldn't be him being defamed or Kendrick Lamar really tearing them down when everybody knew it was a rap battle. It's the same thing with him dissing Kendrick. So it couldn't be defamation when everybody knows that you was in a rap battle. And people say the craziest things in rap battles. Damn, it's over, bro.
Go at each other and they get at it. They say the most provocative things. They say the most outlandish, craziest things about each other to diss each other. Everybody knows that this was a rap battle. So the fact that you're trying to claim defamatory when everybody knows that this is an opinion, even though it's an exaggerated opinion that is considered a diss, it doesn't make it defamatory. Because any reasonable person would understand that the statement that was made was part of a rap beef. It was opinionated. It wasn't meant to be defamatory. Now, the reason why this is all important is because it all goes back to that word hyperbole and opinion. And like I said earlier, rap battle uses hyperbole and fiery language by nature. The court specifically looked at Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, and determined that it contained exaggerated, aggressive language, a strong tone of anger and resentment, which signals a performance rather than a factual claim. Symbolic imagery, such as Lamar whispering to a clown, "I see people," and smashing an owl piñata, reinforcing that the video is using metaphors and artistic expression, not making factual statements, which is a nod to the film The Sixth Sense, implying hyperbolically that Drake has been defeated in the rap battle. The video also shows Lamar beating an owl piñata with the disclaimer no OVHOs were harmed in the making of this video, and staring down an owl in the cage. This imagery reinforces the non-factual nature of Not Like Us. Indeed, no reasonable listener would require a disclaimer that the piñata is not literally Drake and his crew. The imagery is satire, all of which signals to the audience that the video does not convey sober, factual analysis. Kendrick is not here trying to spread defamatory statements. He's over here just using artist and imagery and exaggerated means to do so in this diss track with hyperbole and opinions.
Yeah, Kendrick and his team are geniuses, bro. I'm telling you, bro, they some geniuses, bro. They know exactly what they're doing, bro. Damn, bro. This is crazy. So they use all that imagery just so it could be used in court if it did happen this way, which I don't think they do. But they covered their bases. Like, listen, let's just cover our tracks just in case. And this is what happens. Now when they go to court and they pull all this up, they're going to say, well, look, this was just an artist expressing himself. Can't do that. Like, and he said this and he said that. Yeah, this is crazy.
None of this is supposed to be looked at and be taken serious. And since people are in on it because they know it's a rap battle, none of it could be used as defamatory or could be used as defamation because everybody's in on it. Everybody knows that this is just a rap beef. And just like rap and how it's been like when it comes to beef, you say the most provocative things. Likewise, the album image of Drake's Toronto house is obviously doctored, further underscoring the non-factual nature. Again, no reasonable viewer would believe that the image of Drake's Toronto mansion with 13 SO markers is real. The image is hyperbolic and exaggerated, conveying opinion, not fact. The broader context is also to reinforce that Not Like Us is non actionable. Not Like Us did not emerge out of thin air. This is where they start cooking them. It was Lamar's culminating diss track in one of the nastiest lyrical warfare raps in recent history. It followed the release of 7 preceding tracks in which Drake and Lamar hurled increasingly vitriolic allegations at each other, including Drake's slurs that Lamar's son was fathered by someone else and that Lamar cheats on his wife and physically abuses his fiance. If ever there was a circumstance for the audience to anticipate the use of epithets, fiery rhetoric, and hyperbole, this is it. It would be for rap beef. It would be for a rap battle. The biggest argument that UMG is trying to make is that this rap battle is what's all about protect. This rap battle is basically protected by speech. This rap battle was protected by the First Amendment. Everything is exaggerated. Everybody is in on it. They're aware of the entertainment that it brings to the audience and the public. And this is why it can't be looked at as defamation.
That's true. That's 100% true. If this changes, that means that it's a lot of stuff that's going to change, because they're going to cite this case against other cases. So let's say Drake wins, and then let's say in the movie field somebody do something, they can say, oh, they disrespected me, and they can cite this case against that. So it's like this is something that I just don't think, I don't know actually if it would work with movies. I'm just using it as an example, but I'm telling y'all now, man, this is very crazy.
That's what UMG is arguing in this case dismissal, in this motion to dismiss. Diss tracks and rap feuds are generally not defamation because they rely on hyperbole, exaggeration, and metaphor, which courts recognize as artistic expression rather than factual assertion. Public disputes on social media and entertainment platforms are often seen as opinion-driven, not fact-based, meaning insults thrown in these spaces are unlikely to qualify as defamation. Context matters. When a statement is part of a heated feud, courts are more likely to view it as rhetorical and opinionated rather than a false statement of fact. Bottom line, the court is saying that Not Like Us and the statements within it cannot be considered defamation because they are clearly expressions of opinion, art, artistic exaggeration, and metaphor rather than factual accusations. So you have Not Like Us was the final diss track in the long heated rap battle where both Drake and Lamar exchanged harsh and offensive allegations. Drake himself made scandalous claims about Lamar, including that his son was not biologically his and that Lamar was abusive. Since this is a part of an ongoing lyrical warfare that fans recognize as performative and exaggerated, it reinforces that no reasonable listener would take these statements literal as accusations. Legal principle that in contexts like rap battles, audiences expect fiery language, insults, and hyperbole. So
that's 100% facts. I remember when I battled this girl, and one of the guys was like, I didn't call her a bitch enough. That's why he feels as though that she won the battle, because I didn't call her a bitch enough. So now he right about that. People expect you to be herald. That's a punchline. They want you to herald the most egregious insults.
These statements are not legally actionable as defamation. Notably, Drake himself called on Lamar to invoke these allegations in tailor-made freestyle, in which he had Tupac's AI-generated voice rap Lamar should talk about Drake liking him young. In the Hard Part 6, Drake also affirmed that he understood Lamar's statements and Not Like Us to refer to the Millie Bobby Brown controversy, stating that Epstein angle was the ish I expected and only effing with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I'd never look twice at no teenager. Clearly, Drake himself understands that Lamar's lyrics refer solely to well-known issues. Taken together, they reference the article where Drake was kissing and fondling a person on stage that was 71 backwards. and other articles covering criticism of an adult Drake having a friendship with Millie Bobby Brown when the latter was teen. It also has been widely reported that OVO member Baka Not Nice was arrested in 2014 for human and assault charges and convicted for assault in 2015. Lamar referenced this history and Not Like Us. Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified Lover Boy, certified PDF files. With the fact that Not Like Us was released in the context of a combative and vitriolic rap diss battle, it would be obvious to even the most casual observer that Not Like Us is not an accurate factual assessment offered by disinterested observers. In sum, the tone and broader context in Not Like Us was released makes plain that the recording, video, and album cover convey rhetorical and hyperbole and opinion not based on anything beyond controversies that have been widely acknowledged, including Drake himself. Drake fails to state an actionable claim for defamation. So the court, and this is a good point that the court is trying to make, Drake's alleged involvement with Malice was already a public controversy. The court notes that allegation about Drake's relationship with Malice existed before Not Like Us was even created. The examples given were Millie Bobby Brown, the Stranger Things actress, publicly discussed texting Drake, and as well as the viral video of Drake on stage where he's with this girl at the concert was reported by multiple news outlets, and it was widely covered. These are things that isn't made up. These are things that weren't made up. These were things that have been discussed for a really long time. And again, is the reason why Drake had brought these things up himself. And
that's the thing. Drake was the one who brought this stuff up. So Drake is the one bringing this stuff up. He can't get mad. And this was before the battle. Before the battle, he was doing all these things. And now this is blowing back up in his face. It's blowing right back up in his face.
Invited these allegations into the feud himself. Since Drake's past controversies were already widely discussed, Kendrick's lyrics are being interpreted as criticism and opinion rather than a false factual claim. Courts have ruled in similar cases that statements about well-known issues are not defamatory because they are based on existing public knowledge. Drake himself brought up these allegations in his own music, which weakens any claim that Kendrick's lyrics defamed him. The reference to Baka Not Nice criminal past further supports that Lamar was commenting on real events, not making false statements. And UMG is saying, Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Kendrick wasn't lying about that. Kendrick wasn't lying about the Millie Bobby Brown situation either. Kendrick wasn't lying about Drake being on stage either. Bottom line, Kendrick Lamar's lyrics in Not Like Us are not defamatory because they refer to widely known allegations and controversies that were already in the public domain, many of which Drake himself addressed. Courts have historically ruled that opinion based on public controversies are protected speech rather than defamation. Right here, I thought it was...
That's crazy. I mean, it's not really crazy because that's how it should be. You can't take me to court for something that everybody's been talking about and I give my opinion on it. Like, come on, bro. You can't do that.
It's interesting that they had pointed this out. Drake alleges that the statement in Lamar's Euphoria, including "Don't tell no lie about me, I won't tell truths about you, and I know some ish," imply that any further allegation levied by Lamar against Drake would be based in truth and undisclosed fact, not rumor or opinion. These statements are plainly too vague and ascribe such content, and Drake omits the full statement, which is that I know some ish about this guy that make one a Gunna look like a saint. That has nothing to do with this case, but rather refers to the rap artist Gunna, who was criticized for allegedly snitching in a criminal case. Drake likewise understood this jab in the same way. Rapping on family matters can be rapping about no ratting that we can't read. Drake again ignores the broader context that both parties traded these sorts of jabs. For example, Drake in Family Matters claimed with respect to his own unfounded allegations that your darkest secrets are coming to light. He makes similar assertions in The Heart Part 6, rapping, "What about the bones we dug up in that excavation?" Which I think is interesting because they're saying that Drake is trying to get at the fact that Kendrick Lamar said, "Don't tell no lies about me. I won't tell truths about you." Trying to say that the things that he's saying are fact. However, Drake is contradicting himself making this argument because in Family Matters, he was saying stuff like, your darkest secrets are coming to light. The same argument that he's saying about Euphoria, he contradicts himself with the lyrics that he says in Family Matters. He's guilty of doing the same thing he's accusing Kendrick of. In page.
Yeah, this is a slaughter. Oh my God, this is crazy work. This is crazy.
18, they talk about Drake and how he would need actual malice for a defamation case. To prove defamation, a public figure like Drake must show actual malice, meaning the publisher knew the statement was false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. However, in works of satire, fiction, and parody, courts focus on what the publisher actually intended to convey, rather than just whether the statement is false. If the speaker never intended their words to be factual, there is no actual malice. Courts have ruled that the parody and fiction are not defamatory. Several court cases show that parody, satire, performance-based speech, like wrestling promos or rap diss tracks, do not meet the legal threshold for defamation. There was an incident with WCW and a wrestler where the statements made during a wrestling match were ruled non-defamatory because everybody in the crowd knew that it was simply just for entertainment. Applying this to Not Like Us, UMG did not release Not Like Us as a factual statement about Drake. Instead, it was a diss track, part of rap's long-standing tradition of hyperbole, insults, and artistic expression. Drake himself participated in the feud, releasing Family Matters. Since rap beef is known for exaggeration and Drake himself engaged in similar rhetoric, it's clear that UMG never intended Not Like Us to be a factual claim about Drake. Drake has no evidence that UMG acted with actual malice. To win a defamation case, Drake would need to prove that UMG intended for people to take the lyrics as literal fact. There is no evidence that UMG or anyone involved believed that the public would think that Not Like Us was making factual claims about Drake. Since the song is part of a well-known rap feud, the audience understands it's entertainment, not investigative journalism. What this means is Drake cannot.
Oh my God. They know it's entertainment, not investigative journalism. Hey, it's the truth. They do. But we're going to see how this plays out. That's what I'm saying, man. This is a great in-depth detail of the case, because I'm telling you now, if you listen to Drake's lawyer, he sound like he an amateur. He sound like he don't know what he doing. It's crazy.
Prove actual malice because UMG did not intend to publish false statements. They released a rap diss track, not a news report. Courts have ruled that satire, parody, and entertainment speech like wrestling promos and diss tracks are protected and not defamation. Drake himself engaged in the same kind of artistic exaggeration in Family Matters, which further weakens his case. The argument is that Not Like Us is protected artistic expression and not defamation, and Drake's lawsuit would likely fail. This part right here talks about Drake's harassment claim. Drake's failing to state a claim for harassment in the second degree says here that Drake's harassment claim would fail. The intent requirement has not been met. The law requires that the defendant, in this case UMG, acted with the intent to harass, annoy, or alarm Drake. Drake's own argument is that UMG was trying to devalue his brand for business leverage, not to harass him personally. Since business negotiations and harassment have different intentions, this doesn't meet the legal standard for harassment. Speculative and illogical claim. The court argues that Drake claims is weak because it's based on speculation, meaning it lacks concrete evidence and doesn't logically add up. If UMG wanted to make money from Drake, it would not make sense for them to lower his value because that would also reduce their own profits. In other words, the argument contradicts itself. Drake also argues that UMG had an opposite incentive when dealing with Kendrick Lamar. If UMG supposedly wanted to boost Lamar's value, it wouldn't make sense for them to try to weaken Drake, since both artists generate revenue for the company. The bottom line is, if
that's what I said, what sense does that make? If both of y'all making money for them, why would they devalue you? Like, oh, everybody's like, they want to get rid of him, man. They tired of him winning. The record labels, is tired of Drake winning. The record label, the one that's making all the money off this guy, they're tired of him winning. Okay, bro.
Drake had a legal right to sue for harassment. His claim wouldn't hold up because his argument doesn't prove the intent to harass. It's based upon speculation and contradictions. The logic of UMG wanting to reduce his value while still profiting from him doesn't make sense. Not only that, it also says here that Drake has made obviously non-factual claims about himself in his own music, including that he has connections to organized crime and has been involved in mob hits. I F with the mob. I got ties, a lot of ties, knock you off to pay their ties. This is UMG basically saying that Drake is not a mobster. He doesn't have mob ties. He's not the guy that he's making himself out to be. And
Bro, he's getting cooked. This is a cooking, bro. I'm talking cook. double burger with cheese cooked, boy, off the grill, hot off the press, boy. Oh my God.
UMG is calling him out on that and saying he's not that guy, pal. Like, he's not built like that for real. Like, UMG is saying that in this lawsuit, which is crazy. First, even accepting Drake's nonsensical theory that UMG wanted to devalue his brand, Drake never alleges that UMG specifically intended to cause violence against him, and any such allegation would be utterly implausible. Second, the lyrics of Not Like Us are not likely to incite, produce imminent lawless action, or seriously annoy the artist. If it's a rap diss track, Drake attempts to contort violent metaphors in his lyrics as well, which he's contradicting himself by stating these lyrics in his own music, where he's dissing Kendrick Lamar also. An example, like the sound of someone being beaten up in the recording repeats wop 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 wop, and then Lamar says Lamar will F him up. But as explained above, hyperbolic and metaphorical language is par for the course in this track. As with the defamation.
Yeah. I don't understand how they try to use that, but you could tell this is all hyperbole. I mean, nobody took this serious. Nobody did, but Drake.
She claimed Drake seeks to chill a form of artistic expression that he himself has embraced. Courts have rejected far stronger claims of imminent lawless action than rap diss tracks. Finally, Drake fails to allege because he cannot. The UMG acted with no legitimate purpose in publishing and promoting Not Like Us. The phrase no legitimate purpose means that the absence of a reason or justification to hound, frighten, intimidate, or threaten. Here, Drake expressly alleges that UMG motives with respect to Not Like Us were financial, seemingly recognizing the deficiency. Drake alleges that while the initial motive was financial, UMG lost any legitimate purpose to continue its course of conduct in the face of Drake's public and private denials. But this cursory legal conclusion, Drake's denials about the song have nothing to do with, rather UMG's motivations were solely to hound, frighten, intimidate, or threaten him, which by Drake's own admission, they were not. This is where they start bringing up the pay to play, the streams, the payola, and all this, right? The centerpiece of this claim was the utterly false assertion of UMG used bots to stream Not Like Us. Drake based this theory on the claim with an anonymous individual, which is Academics, alleged on Twitch stream that Kendrick Lamar's label, in example, Interscope, paid via third parties to use bots to achieve 30 million streams on Spotify in the initial days following its release. But this claim is then directly refuted by the very source that it comes from. Drake had refuted this claim in the Twitch stream. The anonymous speaker, already a dubious source, calling Academics and the guy who was talking to a dubious source, claims that he was hired by.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then he go on Academics. Academics might be the reason why your case is gonna get thrown out, boy. Because Academics went on by saying, I talked to somebody from Spotify and they said, nah, the streams wasn't botted, bro. Oh, man.
Anthony Saleh, who is Kendrick Lamar's manager, UMG Interscope are never accused critically after UMG notified Drake's counsel of the falsity of Drake's allegation via a Rule 11 letter accompanying Rule 11 motion. Drake conceded the falsity and agreed to withdraw and correct the meritless allegation. Here they have the link to where Academics was talking to this guy saying that he bought streams for Kendrick Lamar for Not Like Us. Drake admitted that this was cap. Drake accepted and conceded and agreed that these were meritless allegations. To be clear, UMG disputes the connection that anyone paid for or otherwise used bots to inflate streams of Not Like Us, as there is no evidence of any such stream manipulation. And the record evidence filed in a separate legal proceeding that Drake initiated against UMG, but then abandoned earlier this year, is to the contrary. But the specific claim that someone affiliated with UMG did so is entirely unsupported by the very source Drake cites. Drake himself disregarded this claim because it was meritless and didn't hold any weight. This was the only thing that Drake had to prove that Kendrick was using some type of bots to boost his streams. Later on, it turned out
Wild business. That's wild business. I'm telling you right now. And the real crazy part is he's been really running with this narrative that they've been trying to sabotage him. And I'm telling y'all, it's just the fact that he can't believe he got beat, and he's number 2. Some say he ain't even number 2 no more, man. It's crazy.
Not to be true, and Drake had to fold because he realized that all of it was just meritless and it was cap. A dubious source is wild, though. So basically, Drake's claim is based on an anonymous person's statement on a Twitch live stream. The anonymous person claimed that he was paid by Kendrick Lamar's manager, Anthony Saleh, not UMG. UMG Interscope were never accused in the Twitch stream, so Drake's claim that UMG was behind the bot stream is unsupported. UMG sent Drake's legal team a Rule 11 letter, which is a formal warning that a claim is frivolous and could result in penalties. Drake did not want those penalties. After this, Drake admitted his claim was false and agreed to withdraw it. Despite this admission, he hasn't actually amended his lawsuit to remove the false claim. There's no evidence of stream manipulation by UMG. UMG denies that it used bots to boost streams. In a separate lawsuit, which Drake himself filed but later abandoned, Spotify provided evidence contradicting Drake's claim. There's no artificial streaming that ever took place. The bottom line is Drake's claim is legally flawed because his main evidence, which is a Twitch claim, doesn't even accuse UMG. He admitted the claim was false, but refused to correct his lawsuit. Spotify records show no manipulation of stream. He hasn't proven how UMG's actions misled consumers or caused him harm. The court is essentially saying that Drake's allegations are completely unfounded, contradictory, and legally insufficient to support a consumer protection claim. So what's left after Drake's claim? After abandoning the bot streaming claim, Drake's remaining allegations are UMG paid radio stations to increase airplay for Not Like Us, the pay-to-play scheme. UMG paid social media influencers to promote the song and video. I thought Drake did that with Triple S for You. UMG falsely marketed the song as a chart-topping hit to make it seem more successful. Drake claims that because of these actions, his own songs were pushed out of rotation, causing him financial harm. And this is why all these claims that Drake made will fail. The allegations are based on information and belief without any evidence. Many of Drake's claims are speculative and based on information and belief. Courts require actual facts to support claims, not just assumptions or rumors. An example is Drake when he claims he received information that UMG engaged in pay to play, but he doesn't provide the source or this information or evidence to back it up. Courts.
And the crazy thing is, we all been saying this for a while. He don't have none of this stuff to back none of this up, but he's moving off emotion. I'm telling y'all, he can't believe that he actually lost a rap battle. So he took this man to court. He took the record label to court because he lost a rap battle. I don't understand how do y'all accept something like that?
Have ruled that information and belief claims must be backed by facts. Pure speculation is not enough for a lawsuit to proceed. Because Drake lacks concrete evidence, the court finds his claims improperly pleaded. Since UMG's marketing was directed at industry professionals, not everyday consumers, it does not qualify as consumer deception under 349. Drake doesn't prove that UMG's statements were actually deceptive in a meaningful way. Drake never proves that Not Like Us would not have been a chart-topping hit without the alleged payment. He also doesn't explain why calling the song chart-topping was deceptive in the way that misled consumers. In other words, even if UMG paid for promotion, that doesn't mean the song wasn't genuinely successful. Drake doesn't prove that UMG's statements were actually deceptive in any meaningful way. There's no clear injury or causation. Drake claims that every time Not Like Us was played on the radio, he lost a chance for his own song to be played. However, this is pure speculation. He doesn't show any actual data or evidence proving that. Drake's claims that he lost opportunities is too speculative to hold in court. The final ruling is that the case should be dismissed since Drake failed to prove all three required elements for this claim. No consumer-oriented conduct, no materially deceptive statements, no clear injury or causation. The court argues that his lawsuit should be dismissed with prejudice, meaning he cannot refile the same claim in the future. And the bottom line is Drake's consumer deception claim is legally weak because his claims rely on rumors and speculation, not hard evidence. UMG alleged false marketing wasn't directed at consumers, making it not a valid claim under the law, as well as Drake also failing to prove actual harm. Just because a song gets played doesn't mean another was guaranteed airtime, since all of Drake's legal arguments collapse.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I was saying this when Academics had the boy Epic on his show, and the boy was saying he contacted Drake team to see if he can get his money back. And I was like, I'm not rolling with that. That's cap. Why would you contact Drake team about a promotion that you did for Kendrick? That just doesn't. That was stupid. Once he said that, I knew he was lying.
Apps. The court is likely to dismiss his case entirely. And I think this is checkmate from UMG. I think UMG and their lawyers did everything that they could to express that Drake doesn't have a good argument. And most of the argument that they're saying are things that people had said publicly before they even make this argument to begin with in the court of law. A lot of people that have been covering this beef have been making the same remarks that UMG is making now. It's like Drake doesn't understand that UMG has the same internet as everybody else. They see everything that's going on, and it's clear as day that they know that Drake doesn't have a chance in this lawsuit. This was all hyperbole. This was all entertainment. It was all for the rap battle. Everybody knew that y'all were battling. Everybody knows y'all are going to say the worst things imaginable. Their argument is that nobody would believe the things that Kendrick is saying because y'all are rap battling. Y'all are supposed to say the worst things ever imaginable. So how is that defamation? But reading this whole court case, it kind of gave me a head. I'm hoping I was able to explain things a little bit better for people who didn't understand. But to say the least, and the easiest way to say this, like I said in the beginning, is that Drake is cooked. Drake is cooked. Drake doesn't have an argument. UMG is getting at him crazy. They're letting him know that you don't got a chance. You don't got a dog in the race, bro. You don't really have nothing to say that could beat you in this case.
Yeah, man. He definitely is cooked. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. It's over for that dude, man. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. It is over, man. It's over. That right there was a shellacking. Oh man, that was a shellacking. But now y'all have it. Y'all heard the whole thing here. The whole thing. It wasn't a piece of it. You heard the whole thing. Yeah. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. All right, man. I'm out of here. See y'all. Peace. Bye.